Salam. Giving you all a chance to get in here. Wise Solid speaking. Hopefully everyone's well. First person in, please let me know if I'm clear or if I need to lower the music. Visit the website, Upscale Knowledge. Start at the 2.5 minute mark. Like I said, let me know if I'm clear. Please send them all out. Can you let me know if I'm loud enough over this music? Or do I need to lower it? Is that better? You gotta get all your hairs together. However, at the 2.5 minute mark already, so soon. Now let's begin. Salam. Like I said, hopefully everyone's well. Hopefully you come seeking wisdom. Now I want to say this before I begin. Jews as always. Start there here. Now, many people in today's times, they sell their past traumas and their pains for monetary gain. A lot of y'all are young, and so do you get my point? You're looking for a hardship, a storyline, a past trauma, a hurt and pain of some sort for you to sell, blabber about. There's no worth in that. There's no profit in selling your pain. It's a deep thing I want y'all to grasp. I'm saying that because cocaine godmother, Griselda Blanca, she's become popular to this generation. Now, of course, in my generation, in my times, we got the same story. Like I said, it's a generational thing. They hit us with the failure every generation. The same stories. Same way y'all getting Alpo now, my generation, we had already got that. Just in DVD format. Y'all got it on YouTube format. Meaning y'all got the Alpo story and all that digital format. We got it too, but DVD format. So I seen Griselda Blanca, the Charles Cosby documentary when I was younger. That was like 20 years ago. When I was like 20. Now y'all 20. And do you get it? Now I'm saying that because Griselda's, her son, he was on Vlad TV and he was struggling to get through the interview. And he was crying and stuff. Y'all seen like Mob James on Vlad TV crying. And it's not just Vlad TV, but many different, platforms, so to say. People be selling their past traumas, their pains. Griselda Blanca's son pretty much lost his whole family. And when he gets on these shows to retell it, do you get it? And crushing himself every time for whatever little bit or lot of bit he get for it. But it have no worth. You get my point? And so I'll say it again. In the daytime, y'all sell y'all pain and y'all past traumas. But ain't no profit in that. Ain't no profit in a loss. And so a lot of y'all need to learn that. For the young kids' sake, it's about getting over things, not dragging them along so other people can get views. Not even you, others. And so y'all need to start spreading y'all joy, y'all good times. There's profit in that. Other than that, y'all gonna be quite bitter by the time y'all are. If you 20 now, you're gonna be bitter by the time you're 23. You're gonna have a whole story. It's gonna be quite unfortunate. And so take heed to what I just said. You're gonna become so impoverished, because that's poverty, when you selling your pains. You're gonna become so impoverished, you're gonna start seeking out others' pains and their traumas for you to blabber and sell that. And so that's where we at in today's society. Y'all either selling y'all own past traumas and pains, or y'all looking to inflict them on another. You get my point? Poverty. Beneath poor. And so poverty starts with the mind and the emotional state. After that, whatever physical wealth you get, this is the glory. There's no purpose on having wealth physically or not having wealth physically. And you messed up mentally and emotionally. And it damages your own doing because you keep rambling on about it so that others can get views. Now, this is not to Griselda Blanca's son, but he can take it. And this is not the Mob James either, or anyone else who does that. It's just a jewel. You get my point? Meaning everybody got their past hurts and pains, and I suppose even men got to let it out, cry. So I guess it ain't all bad when that happens. But do you get my point? Once you get it out, move on. Don't let nobody exploit you. The only way a person can exploit you is when you exploiting yourself. The only way a person could sell you is if you selling yourself already. In that they could buy you and resell you. If you exploiting yourself, they could pay for your exploitations, because I'm sure there's a price on it. You're exploiting yourself. And then they're going to resell it. And so it's a deep thing. There's a proper way to do things and an improper way to do things. Y'all line yourselves up. Everybody has to grow up. For the generation beneath us. A lot of people my age and older looking to fit in with the young in the times. In that, the young in the times ain't got nothing to pull for in regards to etiquette and knowing how to carry themselves accordingly. A lot of the young out here starting problems for themselves. Because like I said, problems is being sold, but ain't no profit in that. You get my point? A lot of y'all need to learn that. If you young and you ain't got no problems and no beef, you're winning. That means you ain't got got no resistance in your way. You say, nah, I'm going to join the gang. Whatever problems the gang got, you going to have, there's your resistance. Meaning there's the beginnings of you putting blocks in your way where you can't eat. And so, ain't nothing never been wrong with being cool. You know, a regular old regular. I've never been a regular. That's why I be jealous. I'm just having a little fun. I always been the extreme. You know what y'all call the cool kids. And so you get it. I spent half my life hating on I spent half my life hating on the kids going to school. I was so jealous. He think he gonna be something in life. Some of y'all like that now. I'm just playing. I wasn't like that. But some of y'all are like that. You have that attitude. Like, how did they... how dare they try to be something? This is just not right. You feel me? Can't be having that mindset. If you live in the ghetto, you get my point? When you be pulling your own down, that's your mindset truly. Like, how dare this motherfucker think he could be a somebody? We ain't shit. No, I'm just playing. You know how I be in the hood. When you young, you pull the beat like it ain't shit. That's the style in the ghetto. You feel me? To be like the most piece of ain't shit that you could be. But it's cool. Isn't that we lose sight of that? And so I'm just trying to bring y'all back a little bit. Hopefully y'all grasp. Hopefully y'all not too tough and above laughing. Because laughing is healing. Real laughs, not the fake ones. They gotta be real and genuine. That way it come from the gut. And so laughing, this is organic or self-healing in regards to the immune system. Laughing is good for the immune system. Laughing and fasting. Give the gut a break. The fasting aspect. The laughing aspect, so you get my point? Look at it like stomach exercise. Some of y'all laugh real hard and you get it, you feel it in the gut. And so, trying to grasp. Salam, shalom. Brendan, peace and wisdom, champ. All black people are not related. Peace and wisdom. And anyone that's thrown off a little bit, like I said, sell their own hurt, past traumas and things like that. We ain't got nothing to do with each other. Salam, shalom. He said, you guys look so much alike. Peace and wisdom, like I said, I don't know anybody that you're talking about. Or have me looking like everybody. I'm not saying that you're saying I'm weird acting. Relax. In this generation, you get my point? Not too much anxiety. I'm just from a times where you don't be throwing dudes' names around. And you definitely don't be asking them like, is that your brother? Man, he might be my brother, but I ain't claiming him. I'm not talking about him, but I'm just talking about in the real life I come from. It be like that. Dude, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if that's my real brother and we got the same mother. I'm not claiming him, he ain't my brother. And so I'm just from them times where you don't put nobody on nobody on. It don't even matter if it's their family. They said that ain't their family. You feel me? My brother ain't my brother. That nigga my mother's son. I don't know him like that, blood. Blood's a op. That's how I be in the hood. Dudes be talking about their own family. You don't say that's my brother. He be like, that's my sister's brother, giving you the perspective like they all ain't. It could be like, your mother wants you. That's his mother too. You like, huh? Ain't that your mom too? Tell me y'all never seen that if you're from the ghetto. Where two siblings will be talking to each other and the one will tell the other, your mother wants you. Like they have separate mothers. Goes deep. Salam, shalom. Thank you, that one guy. Please don't, you know, become an annoyance. He said, I'm from the D. No grown man intimidate me. Salam, shalom. Just make sure you heard what I said. Peace and wisdom. And I don't have anything to do with What's the name you said? He's spamming. Probably is. It's okay. From my perspective, y'all all spam. Because I can't see none of y'all. And I ain't about to be clicking on y'all videos. In that, if a spam slide through up, who cares? You get my point? Y'all have to adjust y'all perspective. Y'all still on geek lens. Where you think dumb shit hold merit. And that you like, he's spamming. You have to spam too in perspective if you think about it. From my point of view. From y'all point of view, y'all know each other. Y'all don't, but you get my point. Y'all know each other and shit like that. Now, I'm responding to the spam if it hold merit. Meaning whatever I'm saying, it hold merit in reality. And that's in regards to all of y'all. Meaning if one person asks a question, I'll say something or whatever the case may be. When I'm answering, I'm not never answering an individual. You get my point? Because y'all are just a bunch of words up here. Just figures up here. But if it hold merit. And so in regards to the Orlando Brown that the spammer brought up. Orlando Brown is from an environment where y'all know that environment ain't safe for kids. And he been there since a kid. And so I'm a grown-up. I'm not Orlando Brown's age. I mean, he a little kid to me. I remember when he was on Nickelodeon and all of that. And Raven Simone, all of them, they little kids to me. But that's okay because I'm older than them. The point I'm making is, where's the older generation? Because y'all younger generation, you get it? Y'all intrigued by like that. You haven't been around long enough where you like, damn, I remember when Orlando Brown had his shit together. Meaning he was something that y'all, if y'all young, y'all should aspire to be. But I can't say that now. Little nigga was on Jamie Foxx, you get it? He had that personality. I don't know what the fuck they did to him. But again, if y'all young, this y'all first introduction to Orlando Brown. But it's not mine. And this is not the better Orlando Brown. This is not the woke Orlando Brown that be knowing what he talking about. This somebody that's in pain. And I don't know what the hell they did to him. But y'all need to start keeping up with y'all goddamn stars if you black. Only thing I could say. Because they represent, you know, our achievements and things like that. Like the old people y'all pull from in the past that achieved things and y'all jacket on black people's, you know, achievements. I'm sure in their day they had niggas hating on them too or didn't like them or whatever the case may be. But it still is what it is. And so, I know y'all got y'all little movements going where y'all like, fuck the stars, but we need to protect the stars movement and we'll deal with them ourselves. Like, we need to protect P. Diddy, Will Smith, those of y'all that already got tore down and those of y'all that's next. We need to protect the stars movement if you black, because we ain't gonna have shit in the future. I'm trying to look. I'll write all these niggas out of history. Rap gonna belong to white people while y'all bullshitting around. And Puff Daddy ain't gonna exist like Russell Simmons' ass don't exist no more. You niggas is talking about Leah Cohen. Russell Simmons is before him. But again, y'all don't mention Russell Simmons. That nigga will not be in existence in 10 more years. I'll bet you that. In regards to y'all mention him as somebody that's a pillar in the culture. You niggas don't mention Run DMC. Niggas is mentioning Eminem, Leo Cohen. If you white, you confusing the music business, hip hop business with hip hop culture. In that, when the niggas say you a culture vulture, you don't get it. You think we talking the music business. Nigga, where the fuck was Leo Cohen when niggas was having a motherfucking block party when he was somewhere didn't even know that existed? Where was he at then? When niggas was banging on the table rapping like that. That's the culture. The business is when y'all discovered it. But niggas been doing that before y'all even heard of it. James Brown was the first rapper. Niggas was rapping before James Brown. James Brown is the first person I heard rap. It just wasn't to the, it was to the beats we use now. I'm sure a bunch of rappers done remixed James Brown's. And so you get my point? The blues was rap. We been rhyming. And you the business part. Them old school pimps used to rap. That's what they called it. A pimp rap, and they be rhyming when they speak. And so if you white, you got to grasp that. You're not a part of the culture. You just a part of the business. Meaning you liked it after it became a business. And you was able to purchase it, hear it, and like it. But you wasn't present. And so y'all need to separate the two. It's a deep thing. Now what was I saying? I was explaining something quite deep, Jules-wise. I haven't gotten to the video yet. But stop letting people, you get my point, throw ours under the bus. I wouldn't care if Diddy was a rapist. He raped Justin Bieber, blood. I don't care. Y'all raped us. Nah, I'm just playing. Relax. You know, white people get offended off the shit that they, you get my point? If you white, you shouldn't be getting so mad if I said like, okay, Diddy raped Justin Bieber, so I ain't tripping so much. Payback's a bitch, huh? I ain't trying to rub it in, but you get my point? Come on now, you got to be real. I mean, white people, y'all really ain't playing fair, my nigga. You got to get real. Y'all put us through hell. That's like what I just said. That ain't no big deal. That's the icebreaker. That's the, you know, I'm forget about all that shit your ancestors did, nigga, and you get it? Let's move ahead on a clean slate. You can't be taking offense. You get my point? When you know your forefathers did horrible shit and the nigga just playing, you know, talking a little shit to you. Now, I ain't saying nobody should be raped, but I'm just real talking. I know black person care if Diddy raped Justin Bieber, and I hope y'all don't think that we do. I mean, black people just jealous of their own. So they gonna take anything you give them to tear down their own. But if you think for 1 minute they care that Diddy raped Justin Bieber or Usher, you're high. Again, if you think they actually care about that, you're fucking smoking. It's a little kid getting raped in the ghetto right now. Ain't nobody paying attention to that. They overlooking that nigga. He ain't nobody. That part. Y'all in the I need attention fucking thing in that. The matters y'all exploiting ain't really getting dealt with. Y'all exploiting little kids getting raped. But y'all ain't dealing with the little kids that's really getting raped right now. You wouldn't care. It ain't yours. And so kind of grasp. 114 women get raped per day. I'm glad you put them statistics up there, and I hope they right too. There you have it. 114 women get raped every day. That ain't including men and little kids. It's so sad I got to even say man. There's a dude in jail right now getting... No, James! Okay, I went too far. That wasn't... You gotta be considerate of people's, you know. That's something I have to learn, you know. There's really men that got their cheeks clapped, and here I go talking about... Oh, James! Hi, Josh. You know, I apologize. You know, I get my act a little bit together. Everybody got to get their act a little bit together. Everything can't be perfect. But you know, the splendor is splendor. The brilliancy. You feel me? Salami. Said USA is the biggest child ring ever. I ain't gonna argue with you, blood. I heard they brought Africans over here back in 1492, nigga. So it was kids there doing that. Niggas had the Mayflower and all kinds. Nigga had the good Jesus ship and all kind of shit coming over here, big baby, with bodies on it. So you ain't gotta tell me like, yo, America be kidnapping kids. According to the Pan Africans, and that's how we all got here. They kidnapped us, and you feel me? That's what this shit is about, I suppose. You know, kidnapping people, mixed breeding them, and selling them. You know, it's good money in selling people. You know, a lot of y'all are, naive. They said slavery was abolished. You believed it. Nigga. Nigga. I'm just playing. I know y'all man sensitive in the daytime. You said, oh, he said nigga. Let's blackball him. Listen, nigga. I mean, my guy. I'm starting to like this generation, you know? Kind of like. Y'all like the new shit. I like it. I don't know why. Y'all simple-minded like a motherfucker, but I ain't in competition for like who the dumbest, so it don't bother me too much. Y'all can be as dumb as y'all want. I do not mind, big baby. I like vocal anti-social. He said simpleton here. See, they proud of it. Yeah, dumb here. This ain't the auction of the dumb. You think we auctioning for dummies? I'm simple. Buy me. 50 cents. What they start the bids at, big baby? 50 cents? Because I ain't about to start on the dollar with you, man. Now, on the real level, the young and the old got to stop competing with each other. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that in my day. You see how me and him joking around with each other? That's how it was back in my day. We knew our place. We knew the old was the old. They gonna play with us sometimes because that's what life is about. You get it? You gotta remember when you was young and have a little fun with the young. You get my point, but don't let it get too carried away. And that's all the way down to the babies. You should never get too grown where you can't see a little baby and be like, I got goo. You get it? You gotta keep your connections. Like, motherfucker, little baby might remember you from when he 3 years old. He like, nah, that's old dude that used to speak to me. Now he rich. He say like, here, nigga. Just cause I remember you, like, you the earliest memory I got. That's how real life worked out. Some of y'all broke as fuck. You ain't shit. And it's a nigga that speak to you every day. You like, why does this nigga speak to me? Nobody talks to me. You gonna hit the lottery or something, and you gonna be the only nigga in your memory. So you gonna be like, I'm gonna hit him off. Fuck it. Now, slavery still exists. A lot of y'all need to know that. And you still have countries that's undeveloped and people being kidnapped from there and sold. So that's how like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt got all them strange children. I know y'all like to think that they adopt them kids, but rich people don't adopt kids. Broke people adopt kids so they can get the check for the kid. Rich people buy their own breed of kid. So they might be in Africa and see a brownie. This is a regular indigenous person. Just a brown. Then, you know, mixed breeding with a Chinese or something. I want a slanted eye. And then that's how they get them like that. Like, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt made those kids. No disrespect to those kids. They're like if y'all was picking out y'all dogs and y'all said like I want a Shih Tzu mixed with something else. And so there's a lot of strange things happening in this life. Look at it like this: the poorer you are, the closer to a resource you are. You gotta earn your way to not be a resource. That's the times we live in. Meaning if you're too fucking broke, you might be kidnapped and sold. Become a whole prostitute. If you a woman and you too poor, you might become like a part of the sex trafficking ring. It's hard to say. So you get it? It's real life. In real life, like I said, if you too poor, motherfucker try to make you a tree. A resource. Where they trying to chop you down and sell you. Like, hold on, blood. My vagina's mine. They like, nah, it's ours. Strange things happening in the daytime. I'm trying to say it how I'm saying it so, I keep my channel, but hopefully y'all grasp. Maybe it's worse than that. So, make sure you got a little something. Maybe you attached to somebody that got a little something, because if you too broke, you feel me? end up in jail any fucking way and you be in there. There's a nigga right now that was too broke and he in jail just cause he in jail cause they need bodies in jail. So, and like you said, you know how many niggas get lost in jail? And like she just said, organ harvesting is real. You know how many niggas in jail lost their organs? A nigga come out of jail and tell you, man, they stole my motherfucking kidney. Y'all gonna be like, this nigga went to jail and lost his mind. Alright, blood. He ain't lying. But nobody will believe him because he just got out of fucking jail. It's like this nigga's retarded. He got stabbed. Yeah, he had a fight and got stabbed. And then when they sent him to the hospital to stitch him up, that nigga woke up. And they told him his organ got stabbed out. But it didn't. They stole it. And so, this shit go dangerous. Like real. Meaning dudes in jail ain't safe. I hope y'all don't think they safe in there. Meaning y'all worrying about them with each other. You better be worried about who got them locked down, because that's who they not safe from. Again, the dudes in jail are not safe from the COs, the warden, the state. Fucking more likely to get raped by the COs than by inmates. They're more likely to get raped by the warden and beat the fuck up by the warden than the inmates. You got prisoners that ain't never had a fight, but they got beat up by the COs. That part. He ain't had one fight with one inmate. Oh, but they beat his ass every night. The COs, that is. And so, there's a bunch of stuff going on in life, if you feel me. If you don't know so much stuff, you get my point, you're going to be in bad shape. Peace and wisdom, Agnes Williams. Peace and wisdom. Don't refer to me as gangster. I know you don't know better. I'm not sure why y'all see me and see, okay, I get it. I forget. Like I said, it's from when I was a kid. I'm the wise man. Ain't got nothing to do with gangster activities. I take it as an insult because I'm too old for that. So, you get my point? I got kids 22 years old. It's not a good look. When you're like, hey, big gangster, that ain't what I promote. Break down deep wisdom. Just a thought. Salami. Now, well, vocal antisocial set was kind of deep, but I want to get to this video. We living in deep times. It was a time where, you know, white people was kind of racist and looked down on people. Well, we live in times now where motherfucking Arab will look down on them. Like, what the fuck, this Arab? Meaning the money all over the place, blood. You don't know who the fuck got money and think they cute now. So you gotta be you got to be chill. You see how y'all came in here and was like, nigga, you broke, Silas, and I pulled out 10 grand, and he was like, oh shit. Think the motherfucker bum, not me. But I done seen a few motherfucking bums that never had money. I always been to get money, nigga. So I was just correcting y'all. Like, you got the wrong person. Blah, my name's Cheese. I ain't a flosser or whatever you call it. But you got some bums now, boy. You feel me? You might have went to school with the Arab. That nigga had on sandals. His toes used to be showing. You like, blood, you gotta get some Nikes, man. I'm coming in here with that nightgown and them goddamn sandals on. You cannot shake. He won't be down with the set. You know the Arabs, they all want to be down with the gangs. But that's how they start. That nigga Yemen Cheese started like that. Blood had on a nightgown with some off-brand sandals with the whole foot out. If you're from New York, you know I'm not lying. They be pulling up in their early beginnings before, you know, they get Jordans and shit. They be looking like they just came from Saudi Arabian desert. Like, have on a whole nightgown with the toes out moving them. What is it with Arabs in the moving of y'all toes? Like y'all want people to look at y'all feet. I'm black. We ain't too fond of feet. You feel me? Meaning, if you a black man, you know what I mean. We ain't really too fond of feet being shown. And if the feet being shown, you feel me? Don't be wiggling your toes and shit. You know what? We not. If you think I'm lying, go to a black person house, take off your shoes and take. Cause a black person will tell you, you ain't coming in my house with shoes on. Get 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 cute with it and be like, oh, I'm going to take my socks off too. They gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? If you don't put your goddamn if you don't put them socks back on, put your feet up on a coffee table, start wiggling your toes. I guarantee that y'all gonna be fighting. If you white, listen to what I'm saying, cause y'all weird like that. You don't never go to no black person house and show your bare feet. The way they feel like, no, you like, you don't live here. You can't do that. Like, you can't have slippers here and you can't have your bare feet out, blood. Because that means you live here. And so I'm just giving you black people etiquette if you ever go to a black person's house. They do not play that bare feet shit and the wiggling of your toes all around. Bringing attention to your feet. That make you spicy if you a man. Black chicks, they tend to do dumb shit like that because they like to get on our nerves. But you get my point? An Arab will pull up with a nightgown on with his toes out. Shit get deep when you live in New York. You'll be like, never, never. Like, let me get a chopped cheese, Aki. Never, never. You like, alright. Whatever the fuck that mean, my man. Y'all be getting lost on the YouTube videos. The YouTube videos is real life. When y'all see Aki doing that, that's how he was when he first came. Like, I don't speak no English or nothing. Blood using the wrong words and all kind of shit. Supposed to say, alright, I got you, big baby. He like, never, never. Like, if you tell me no, he ain't making my chopped cheese off. But he making it. You know, they get their lingo and they swag together before, you feel me? Some of y'all from New York, you know what I mean. The Arabs, Chinese, a lot of the immigrants, y'all be coming over here looking a hot mess. Haitians too. Y'all be coming over here with that little feet thing going on too. Haitians, you know, before they get their groove right. You know, they got levels. They start off with sandals. Then you might see a Haitian with loafers with the top part of his foot just showing. You know? Then they learn like, oh, shit, it's not cool. You get a pair of Timbs or something. Why is the top of my foot showing? Why the top of my foot showing, big baby? Now let's get to this deep video. Hopefully y'all enjoy those laughs. They don't be on purpose. Hopefully if you're Arab, you ain't taking offense, man. This is what I mean. Like, when you're dealing with black people, you can't be a bitch. You know, we gonna snap on you a little bit. It'll test your merit. You crying because you said I got a nightgown and sandals on and my feet was showing. You ain't built, man. Because when you black motherfuckers gonna afflict you physically. You get it? That nigga's gonna hang you from a tree, beat your back, all kind of shit. You feel me? We come from that. In that, you can't be crying because somebody teased you. Why? Because the fire department might pull up on the block and get the hose in us. You ain't built for that. You coming out your house to go to the store, you get slammed on the floor by the cops. They say, freeze, nigga, where you going? You 63 years old. You like, what in the hell? Get my cane. This is black people's real reality. Blood 63 years old with a cane. They see, like, he ain't doing nothing. They pull up, hop out, slam him on the floor. You feel me? Freeze, nigga! Put your arm behind your back. He's 63. He can't do that no more. So they just break his arm. You know? It get dangerous in the ghettos. I don't want to hold none of y'all. We be going through a lot. If you ever wondered, like, why black people so aggressive? Man, they beat us up. That's all I got to tell you. For 400 years, they beat us up, blah. We ain't having it no more. So if you see a young black kid deck a Jew or something, you just got to respect it and say, man, they been getting their ass whipped for centuries. And it's only at some point they gonna fight back. And then they gonna starting fights and shit. And so black people kind of there. Niggas is decking Jews and all kind of shit. They don't know what's going on. They just say, like, I'm not getting my ass whipped no more. So if you another race, stay out of black people's way. We going through some stuff. Like, they traumatized us here. They did us awful. We don't mean nobody no harm. Sometimes we, if we walk in your Arab store and curse you, clean out blood, we just motherfucking food stamps. I'm sorry if you black. I'm just playing. Don't get mad at me. I'm trying to keep it a little real. What the food stamp saying hit you on deck the A-Rap because you like, I'm tired of this shit. If you ain't black, just chill, blood. We go through a lot. They always on our back, you feel me? And they beat us up. So, did you get beat up? You feel me? If you say, yeah, they beat us up too. Did you die? Because they killed us. If you black, you like, shit. Yup, they did. They killed us, nigga. Malcolm Martin, nigga. This shit go worse than beating up. It's the PG-13 version. They beat us up. Nigga, they raped us, killed us. They did a bunch of stuff I don't even know how to put the words to it. Like, new stuff. Where you like, who even think to do some shit like that? That turned him upside down and cut his balls off. What do you even call that? So I'm just being nice when I say they beat us up a lot. And if we a little aggressive, and you ain't got no consideration for that, then fuck you. That's how I kind of feel about it. Niggas be acting like black people supposed to have the best behavior. Nigga, are you high? Let me curse black people out and get them in shape. That ain't no other race's job. So if you come in here and you be like, oh yeah, Salas be going in on the blacks. Nigga, I'm black. I can say what the fuck I want to them. They not never gonna do nothing about it. But you, nigga, you ain't got nothing to do with this. You feel me? I'm one of the riders in the black. So they're just gonna be like, man, that's how the cheese always talking shit. Blood, don't play it. Don't pay that nigga no mind. That little nigga always tweaking, man. Pass the joint. I'm that dude in the hood. I come from cursing niggas out. The fuck you sitting around for, nigga? Alright, cheese, go ahead, man. Give me $1. Yeah, so I'm just giving you a little juice. You know, online is the new real life, so we gotta make it as close to real life as we can. And I have to take a little tinkle, but Patricia Slaughter said, I'm definitely EBT rich. If you need EBT, make sure you get that EBT. You get it? Whatever the government is giving away and you can get it. I told my daughter that the other day. I said, you better stop paying for every fucking thing thinking you rich. Blood, when I grew up, we was getting whatever we could get, man. Motherfucker gotta get kicked off Medicaid before he get real insurance. You high? What's up, y'all? If you my age, can you school this generation? Or are you acting bougie with them? I'm gonna say it again. When I was growing up, blood, they had to kick you off Medicaid. Ain't nobody about to give that shit up. I wouldn't. Man, listen. I knew niggas that was rich that had Medicaid. I knew niggas that was illegally rich and they had Medicaid too. I come from a town where they gonna tell you, man, I wouldn't give a fuck how much money you got. Can you get your ass on that line and give me an extra block of that cheese? That is $50 worth of cheese, big baby. And my day, they give you a block of cheese at the church. When you gotta stand on the line for it though. The same cheese y'all go to the store now, and y'all be like, hey yo, Hockey, let me get a sandwich, and he get the... Yeah, they was giving that away for free, but you had to stand on the line. And that was the best cheese you ever was gonna get. We eat that shit by itself. No bread or nothing. Chop some of that off, it was good. And the rich in the ghetto, and the poor in the ghetto, we eat that cheese, my boy. A nigga rich might pay you to get on that line. Hey, I give you $10, go stand on that shit and get me one of those. We rich. You know what that mean? That mean we was raised, nigga, you don't turn down. What the fuck, you nigga, money hard to get, blood, you better stretch it. What? They giving out free what? Is it a worth? Don't get me one of those. Now, am I lying? If you from my time, you know goddamn well somebody in one of the drug dealers in the block told you to do something. Go get one of those for me, man. I give you a little money. Fuck that. They got grape juice over there. That shit costs $8 at the store. What do you want? So if you black, man, you get what you can get. If you white, I ain't got to tell y'all. And I ain't got to tell other races this. They already know. Especially the Jews. They got all the motherfucking stuff. They got government assistances y'all ain't never even heard of, my nigga. Shit they made up for their own stuff. I'm not lying. Again, Jews got government assistances y'all ain't never even heard of. Any of y'all got reparations? Because they did. I ain't never heard no other race get reparations when they started doing that. And why did they stop at these niggas? Who are they? Again, the Jews got rules and shit that y'all ain't never even heard of, man. They got reparations. I don't know what. How they do that? What they doing? That part. They built the whole tunnel under the church. Nigga, what are they doing? Like, I'm nervous. Too close to... They getting too close to regular people. I remember when the Jews was the Little House on the Prairie people. We seen them on TV. And they live far out on their farm, nigga. Man, they getting too close, blood. We don't know y'all like that. You a Jew, you got debt. Man, we don't know y'all like that. And we heard strange things about y'all, my boy. We seen the children of the corn, my boy. What y'all got going? The children of the corn is about Jews, because they... A lot of y'all don't realize that. Little House on the Prairie? What y'all think that's regular white people? That's a show about Jews in a time where you ain't never seen them. And they lived on the farm before they moved to Brooklyn and bought or stole I don't know, Crown Heights riot. I got some used jeans and some Yes jeans. You young, you like, what is he talking about? Blood, there was a riot with the Jews. I don't even know the name of it, but I got some used jeans and some Yes jeans, my nigga. Everybody got some shit. This was in the 90s. I even decked a few niggas. Everybody did. It was up. You missed it. You would have had you some free shit too. You see they laughing? They was alive in that time. It happened in LA too. I think Rodney King got beat up. I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was 8. But I got some I had used jeans and Yes jeans, those was dope. I got cross color too. This is when you got the stuff that you wasn't gonna get otherwise. So I just come from different times. It was a little more realer, a little more authentic. In the daytime, so y'all rich before y'all are. Y'all showing money y'all got. I'm from a time where you lie. You say I ain't even. You like Richard Porter. I ain't got it. I got mad jewelry and shit on, but I ain't got nothing. They lied. The daytime, so I be like, I got it. You ain't got shit. Peace. Wisdom, Lulu, baby. Now I'm gonna take a quick restroom break. If any of you guys want to give back, you can do so by clicking the description. If you wonder, like, why does he always have to use the bathroom? Some of y'all out in them streets, when I was young, I was too. And that's why I gotta use the bathroom a lot. It's a deep thing. Stay out of there. Get your lungs collapsed and all kind of shit. Okay, I've returned. Let's get to the deep scholarship. We at the 51-minute mark. I guess the video's going to start then. Now, let's get to the topic. But before I do want to give y'all another jewel on understanding. Now, hearing, that sense, it has to evolve or mature at some point into understanding. And it's not just that sense, but sight must evolve into insight. Touch must evolve into knowing. You know, like in the Bible when it be like, he knew her, meaning he bust that ass, like he touched her. Taste has to evolve into being, and sound into light, like enlightenment. And I'll go more in depth on that, but if you have a mind enough to grasp what I just said and the depth of it. So the senses have to evolve, meaning your sense of hearing, your sense of sound, your sense of taste, touch, smell. These things have to evolve to their greater glory or their principle. You get my point? These principles all having to do with real understanding. You get my point? Senses are not the reality, meaning senses are not physical, but do you get it? At some point they need evolving to it. And so hearing has to evolve into understanding, meaning y'all can hear, but y'all hear whatever y'all choose to hear. And that y'all only hear half the side. And I ain't got nothing to do with understanding, I got to do with the self. And so, understanding is beyond sides in the self. It's a gift for those who, rise above the self and the sides of the duality. In that they get a gift called understanding. Most of y'all seek wisdom, information. Not understanding. And so you get my point? Most people have a bunch of information in their head, but in regards to there being any order there, understanding, and it's because of that. I have a perspective or a side that y'all take, and y'all can't see beyond it. It becomes the limits of y'all seeing or knowing. You get my point? Meaning the mind have to be, man, I would dust y'all. Too wise for y'all, but the mind got to be sufficient, empty. But like you got a bunch of bags and shit in your hand that you dragging around. You're not sufficient. But when you free, so you get off my bag and you got one hand free. You get it? Like that. You better when you empty. The mind is like that. It got to be crisp. It got to be above things, like the sky. The sky got to be above the ground because it got to be above things. And that's how the mind is. It got to be above things, especially the duality. Day and night. The sky above both them things. They transpire there or under it. Hearing must evolve into knowing. Sight into insight. touch into knowing, taste in the being, and sound in the light. Light in regards to enlightenment, a knowing. And so hopefully y'all grasp that. Our point, seek understanding. That is wisdom. And the deeper the understanding on whatever the matter is, you get it? Is the depth of that mind. A lot of people are shallow-minded, are not self-aware. That makes room for the mind being shallow. Now, let's get into the deep stuff. The illusions of self, or the illusion of self. This is a Far East teachings in Hinduism, Buddhism, and things like that. Kind of falls under the Atman, or the Atman, the Anata. I'm going to explain all of this, but like I said, this is Far East teachings for the most part, meaning that's the only place I know that speaks on the illusion of self and getting to the pure self. This is what they call the Atman, the pure consciousness of the pure self, the soul. Escaping Samsara, Samsara being the repeated cycle of life and death. All of those teachings tie into one another when you're dealing with the Far East. And so, I want to explain the illusion aspect of self in layman's terms so anybody can get it. Y'all ain't all Hindus. Some of y'all are, and you still ain't clear what the Hindus were saying because it's so deep and using words you ain't familiar with. So I'm going to explain it in layman's terms, like I said, meaning if you're a Hindu, meaning someone who follows Hinduism, or you're just someone in life, their message had to do with the real thing in life. Salam, shalom, Michael Burrows. Their wisdom had to do with the real thing in life. That being everybody, or everyone must come to realize that they are just an illusion, not a real thing. Peace and wisdom, Melvin Brooks. Like I said, everybody's just an illusion, not a real thing. And this is why they have their death repeatedly. Meaning y'all wake up and go to sleep every day. Y'all live and die and reincarnate because of that. Because y'all are stuck on this illusion of self. Now, you have a perspective of yourself. Meaning you as the viewer, you perceive yourself a certain kind of way. You have an image of yourself. Meaning you looked at yourself in the mirror. You have an image of yourself. An illusion or an idea, so to say, of self. Now, none of that's real. Use dream as an example. In dream, y'all are not physical, but the perspective that you have of yourself carries over. In dream, you're you, meaning whatever your name is, whatever you look like to you, whoever you are to you, which is based on the physical, is who you are to you. In that, do you get my point? Y'all dream without y'all physical vessel, but in that dream or that space, y'all are still who y'all are in the physical to the self. Again, y'all have a self-image. Y'all have a perspective of yourselves, and it's ingrained into your vibration. That's like your mind or your soul, the perspective you have of yourself. It's imprinted in your mind, your soul. And that when you go into dream, which is beyond the physical, you still retain your perspective of yourself. Now, in regards to dream, this is how dream is made. This is how the soul bounds itself in so many places. Make sure you listen. Your voice is your mind or your soul. I'm saying that because whatever you're blabbering out your mouth, it comes from your mind. In that, your voice is just an extension of your mind, or it is the mind. Babbling, blowing out, so to say. Of course, your voice is just air. In that, your mind is the same. When you speak, the mind is revealed. And your voice is your mind, like I said. And your mind is your soul. Your soul or your mind is just the thoughts and visions, ideas that's in it. Meaning y'all as a soul is like heirs. It consists of thoughts, ideas, images. You follow? This is the soul that you are. That means it's place. This is how when y'all dreaming, y'all got place to dreaming. Cause y'all soul or y'all mind ain't nothing but imagery and perspective. It make for the place for the being. In that, the soul is like the being in the many places. Whatever images it hold. In that, do you get it? The soul is like a house of many, a mansion of many rooms. Right now, y'all got thoughts and ideas in y'all minds in picture form, vision form. When y'all speak, y'all are speaking out those thoughts or ideas as words. Y'all speak y'all vision out into words. I'm saying that so you could grasp the same way you live in your head now. So your head make for place, like your daydreams. You thought of those places in your daydream and you're doing whatever you did in it. Same with dream. You got those visions and thoughts and perspective in your mind or on your soul, and it make for place you to get lost in. You get it? Y'all get lost in your own head or in your own mind. But the mind has many spaces, many places. The mind not being a physical person, but a thinking thing and a place thing. And so hopefully y'all grasp. Now, you were given a name by your mother, but your being is before that. You get it? Who you are is before the name you was given. You were born, your mother seen you, then put the name on you. But who you are is before the name. But you have a name and you view yourself as that name. And have a point of view of yourself in life. Before you had a point of view, you were. A little baby don't have a point of view. Don't even know what's going on. Again, before you had a point of view of who you are and what life is, you were before that. I'm helping you to see what you are is just awareness, a consciousness, a witness. But your perspective is like, excuse my language, your perspective is like a motherfucker keep drifting off. In that you can't witness or view the whole point. Because you got these perspectives. Meaning you think you run the show, but you don't. You just a witness of this show. Just like when you in dream, you just a witness. You just seem to be there. But because you hold a perspective of yourself, an image of yourself, then you get kicked out of the dream. You call that awake. You follow? And so I'll say again. Your perspective of self, meaning you have a name that was given to you, but that ain't your name, or you ain't the name. You got a perspective of who you are and what life is like. But before you even knew about any of that, you were. But those are the things you view yourself are, or that's what you are. The name your mother gave you, the image you see in the mirror, and what a perspective you hold of life in yourself. But who you are is before all those things. In that, do you get my point? This is the illusion of self. Meaning y'all are many things that y'all are not. Y'all are just an awareness or consciousness that's supposed to be witnessing. You say witness what? A glorious thing. Life coming. You get it? When you see somebody ejaculate, when you see a baby born, when you see the sunrise, this is all the coming of the one thing that's coming. We the witnesses of this thing. Y'all the victims of this thing. Some of y'all the buddies of this thing. But y'all ain't nothing. Just a witness. Now your perspective and image of self is like a thought or an idea in one's mind. But the thought or idea believes that it's real, so it becomes stuck or fixed. This is how y'all are in the whole spectrum of life. Y'all are like thoughts or ideas in a consciousness, but y'all think y'all real, so y'all become stuck like thoughts and ideas become stuck in somebody's mind. But it fade at some point. Either they do it or they don't. But it fade at some point. And that's because it's just an illusion, just an idea. And this is how we all are. And just a part of a happening, the witnessing of it. But you think you're the director now. And so it's a limiting your view, or you're being the witness. Your name, image, and perspective are all just an illusion of the self, or the soul, or the Atman. Meaning the illusion, the image, the illusion being the image of self, the name of self, the perspective you hold. This is all the illusion on the Atman. The Atman being the soul. Your soul being just consciousness or awareness. Witnessing. All that's happening. All that's happening is just the coming of what haven't came yet. But you got many aspects of coming. The tide coming in and leaving. Orgasm. The sun raising up out the darkness. It's all just a lesson. The nigga is coming. You say what? Life. Y'all are witnessing the coming of life. But y'all don't know what that is. And so do you get it? It's a glorious deep thing. Now, we're just thoughts or ideas in an all-knowing consciousness. Witnessing the glory I just said, which is the coming. Say of what? Pay attention. What to tell you. Use your eyes right. I'm not sure. But the coming of whatever y'all put names on, I guess y'all will call it God. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing y'all talking about. Y'all just a witness of the thing, the happenings. Now, The Atman, this is the pure consciousness, or the witness conscious. And it's eternal like the all-knowing conscious. It's the witness of the all-knowing conscious. So we got to be around as long as the all-knowing conscious if it's witnessing it. And that you as a soul is an eternal thing. It don't die. Like I said, it's the witness of the eternal all-knowing consciousness. Here before it even came, as the witness. Now, your name, your perspective, the image you have of yourself are all fixed and stuck, are imprinted into your mind. And stuff things get left behind or die. This is why the mind and soul continues to die. Meaning y'all wake up and go to sleep, y'all live and die, always coming back to this place, reincarnating. And it's because of that. Y'all have an illusion of self imprinted on y'all soul or y'all mind. Y'all mind is just the consciousness or awareness that's witnessing. But you can't get the point because you got a perspective of yourself, a perspective of life. Your name is who you are, and the image you have of yourself is who you are. But all these things fade, none of them real. You were before all these things was named. Before your mother named you, you were. Before you seen your image, you were. Before you found your perspective that you want to have, you were. Like you were when you was a baby. Just an awareness. Just looking. Just witnessing. Then at some point, you get my point? Influences was put upon the soul of the mind. In the Far East, that's called the Ahamkara. Meaning you have the Atman, which is the pure soul, and you have the Ahamkara, which is the ego. Like that. Y'all have ego. Meaning y'all have perspective imprinted on y'all soul and y'all mind. But that perspective ain't right. Because y'all just the witnesses. The fuck you talking about? You can't have a perspective when you just a nigga in the audience watching this show. But even when y'all doing that in the physical, do you get it? That part. Y'all don't get to enjoy the basketball game because y'all critiquing it. But in regards to life, do you get my point? Y'all don't get the whole point. And getting lost on your perspective, it's like somebody drifting off. You have a name, a self-image, a point of view. This is like you drifting off during your day, focusing on a point of view, forgetting about everything else transpiring that's happening around you, and that you get stuck. In regards to life and death, y'all get stuck because y'all have a point of view of self, life, imprinted on the soul, even though y'all the witnesses, meaning y'all supposed to be seeing and experiencing, not having a perspective or an opinion in regards to life, just observing. Like I always tell y'all, I learn from life. Nothing to say, just observe. You won't be able to if you got a point of view or a perspective. And you see how y'all say, what's your perspective on this? Ego. And so a lot of y'all have to grasp. In the Far East teachings, that's what keep the soul bound in Samsara, which is the never-ending cycles of life and death, or unconsciousness and awake that y'all go through. Whether it be y'all going to sleep and waking up, whether it be you're living your life and dying. Many different expressions of the same thing. Reincarnation, or you're returning back to what you call Earth, which is physical life, but you thrown in a dream too. You don't call that nothing. You're thrown in the unconsciousness as well. You don't call that nothing. And that all happened because you get it. You have a perspective of who you are. You have a name and an image for yourself. In that, you are always thrown back into your darkness or physical life. Never passing through becoming one with the all-knowing consciousness and just witnessing the coming of it. Coming forth with it. So it's a deep thing. Hopefully y'all grasp. Now, you have the soul, or the Atman. Y'all confused on anything, ask your question. But hopefully y'all grasp. Y'all have an illusion of self. It's not real. You ever heard somebody say, man, ain't none of this real? It's real until you grasp what I just said in that way. It's real, but it ain't. You more than your name. You more than the image you have for yourself. The image you have for yourself could change. You could be fat right now and be diesel in 2 years if you put the works in. That lets you know right there your image could change. Y'all change y'all names. Y'all change y'all perspective. It's just an illusion. Who you are is just a pure thing. An awareness. A consciousness. A witness. Like when y'all in dreams, just kind of there. Witnessing. That's my daughter. I'm gonna end this in a minute. My kid's calling me, but how many of y'all like that when your kids call you and you can't think? Kids call me, I can't think, my nigga. I need to see what they want. I could like handle my handle. But what was that? Oh, the illusion of self. I have an illusion of yourself. That illusion must be shared. That illusion is part of the ego. The ego being when you think you're right in your ass ain't. You think you know yourself, but you haven't took the time to think on it. You have a perspective of life, but you ain't the maker of it. Like that. When the ego is set aside and you become aware of, you know what I just said, and just the presence. So, most never evolve into that. Being a witness, a presence. That presence evolving into a knowing, you know, an understanding. And so kind of grasp. Now, the Atman, this is the soul. The soul is sound, but in this way. Sound has a vibrational pattern. Water or salt will reveal the pattern of the vibration. Meaning if you set a vibration, it can't be seen. You can't see sound. But if you put salt or water in the mix and then you put the sound on it or the vibration on it, the salt or water will take the shape of the sound or its vibration. Now the sound is not the source, the vibration is, but do you get my point? The sound still retains the vibrational pattern because the sound is a vibrational pattern. are the extension of it. You get my point? Now, that is what your soul Atman is. It's basic vibration that has a unique pattern. Of course, vibration can be raised to a sound. So you get it? Now, a vibration has a pulse, a circadian rhythm. This is its inhale and exhale. It's unconsciousness and consciousness. You're speaking of the soul and it being a vibration. That's all it is. Of course, a vibration is a source of sound, and that's all y'all are. It's some things running y'all mouths. And where that sound coming from is the mind or the soul, the vibration. In that way, your soul is the vibration the sound is coming from. The sound retaining the vibration, that being a specific sound. I don't sound like you and you don't sound like the next person. We all our own vibrations are our own souls. That's why I'm saying that. The sound has a vibration. The vibration is its source, but they're not separate things. And this is your soul. A fixed vibrational pattern that has a pulse, or it pulsates. In that makes for its inhale, exhale, or its breathing. The soul breathes. The soul goes unconscious and conscious. And that's the soul, or the pure Atman. A vibrational pattern that's unseen, of course, but it can be heard. Of course, when it's physical, it can be heard. But whether heard or not, it still is what it is. A sound, a vibration. A vibration is a sound, whether you can hear it or not. You are a sound whether you open your mouth or not, meaning you're a soul. A soul is basically what I just explained. A sound that has a fixed vibrational pattern that pulsates or has a pulse. The sounds you speak are not souls. They're not fixed vibrational patterns, but they're coming from their fixed vibrational pattern, which is you, the soul speaking the words or making the sounds. Now, our blood holds a circadian rhythm. This is what controls your awakened sleep cycle. You know, you're unconscious and conscious. It controls your blood pressure, all the mathematics to self. Meaning all the math of self or all the math in the universe, it starts in the menses cycle. This is the beginnings of time. Meaning before you get to time, you have substance. Y'all know that substance is menses blood. If you lost, you have conception. Time start then. Before then, what are we talking about? That part. However you cut it, whether you speaking universally, time start with the menses. This is the only aspect of time y'all know. The moon is like the menses cycle. A woman's menses cycle is a 28 or a month thing, so is the moon. The same thing, a cycle of time. The sun rising and setting don't give y'all no track of time. It just give y'all track of time in a day. But what about the next day and the day after that? That part. You have weeks and months because of the moon. It lets you know the different days. Other than that, every rise and set will be the same day to y'all. But because the moon go from crescent to half, the gibbous to full, back around to nothing, It give you a perspective of all the rising sets in between it. You get it? And so the menses is where time starts. The menses cycle is the blood. This is where the circadian rhythm is. The circadian rhythm, like I said, this is what controls all y'all mathematics. Y'all awake and sleep cycle. The blood pressure. Like I said, the circadian rhythm, it makes a pattern in the blood. The blood is not the source of the circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is coming from the soul. Like I said, the soul is a fixed vibration. It has a pulse, or it pulsates. That makes for its inhale and exhale. Its unconsciousness and its awake. The circadian rhythm of the vibration. Meaning the vibration pulses all boom. And it creates a rhythm of vibration. That's a circadian rhythm. Of course, in body, that will evolve into all y'all know in regards to awake and sleep, the heart beating, the blood pressure, and all other, aspects concerning math. This is the soul. Now, that soul, which is a mind, in its sound, which is its voice, can be controlled by language, because language is chemistry. Meaning a mixture of sounds is how you create language. But we speak in air. Sound is just air. Whether you hear the air or not, all air comes from a vibration or a vibration movement. This is the sound. Now, you have sound, which is airs, and it can be merged to create language. You also have sound, which is airs. It can be merged to create liquid. You follow? H2O, this is two different kind of airs merged together. Hydrogen airs and oxygen airs. If you want to call it gas, it wouldn't matter. We're speaking of blowing air. The mixing of those two airs is how you get liquid water. If I mix two hydrogen atoms with two oxygen atoms, or I mix equal portions of oxygen air with hydrogen air, I'll get peroxide, which is water, but stronger. You follow? If I mix carbon air with oxygen air, do you get it? Flammable. The opposite of water. Heat. So on and so forth. Every liquid you ever heard of, laughing gas, anything, works in that way. It's a mixture of airs. Remember, air is sound. If you mix the sounds, which is air, you can create language. If you mix airs, that a sound still. You can create all the liquids y'all know of. And this is how the soul is bound to the spirit. You follow? The soul is just a vibration, a sound. But that sound can be overridden by chemistry or language, alchemy, a mixing of airs, making the soul liquid. This is how y'all are bound to y'all liquid. Meaning your mind is in your brain, and your brain is a bunch of nasty, gooey liquid. Like that. Language come before your name. And come before your perspective of self. That part. You had to know how to speak to know your name. You had to know the language to form a perspective with it. The language tie into the understanding and the sight and the way a thing is perceived. And that's what's put on the soul before the soul even know its name that it's given. Or anything that makes the soul form a perspective, it start with language. Do you follow? Language come before everything except the being meaning who you are. Language don't come before that, but it come before every other thing that you view as the self. Your name, your perspective of life, your perspective of self. Language come before all of that. It come before all of that except for you. You as a soul, you got to go through all of that to find the true essence of self. Meaning most of y'all are lost in your name, your image, your perspective of life, your perspective of self. You got to work your way through all of those to realize all that ain't even real. You were before all of that. To then get to language to realize, damn, that's the source of my understanding and shaping whatever perspective I have. It started with the language that I was given. Now, do you see how colonization is so important? And the changing of the indigenous people's tongue? You can control the soul. This is the awareness of the thing. Its perspective of itself in reality. We all just witnesses in it. This is why it's called sorcery or alchemy. In regards to language, I'm talking chemistry of airs. You got chemistry of substances, meaning mixing different substances together to create yolks and clays. You got chemistry or alchemy on every level. Air, liquid, and matter. A lot of y'all don't get that. Cold-blood chemists beyond whatever y'all can fathom. When you're dealing with airs, you got smells and sounds. The sound whole is smell. And both of them airs, sound and smell. They both start with sound. That's how you get a breeze from sound. Sound being the only moving airs y'all know. Air coming from the soul of the mind. And like I said, that sound gonna have a smell, a scent. That sense can be merged. This is alchemy. It can be used for healing or afflicting. Scents can create liquids because scent is air. Sound can be merged. This is air as well. And language can be created. And y'all speak that language and it manifests substance. All that substance that got y'all mind bound to y'all physical brain. Y'all physical brain being liquid. Every time y'all run y'all mouths, do you get it? It manifesting the substance down in the soul more and more to the perspective. I don't know if this is too deep and y'all not grasping. I don't see nobody giving back this $1 million scholarship. I don't know if y'all got the proper respect for what I do, but this Far East teachings, that's the hardest shit in life to learn. And you ain't gonna get no filter here. You're gonna get it just how it is. So you don't see no give backs or nothing. So I guess I'm gonna be departing. But y'all received enough. If y'all want more, give back. And I'll come and explain the escaping of Samsara, so to say. This is your darkness. You know, your unconsciousness, the physical life. All the darkness that everything is in. This is all a dark cosmic space. And so this, what I'm explaining right now, goes deep, deep. And I haven't even got 25% through it. You know, I wasted a lot of time running my mouth in the beginning of the video. So I guess that's my fault, but it's alright. I can still give back if you want more. If not, visit the website, upscaleknowledge.org. Big Usia. Salam.